night. Been a long day, about to be a long night. Been a long day, about to be a long night.
Oh, we're here.
What up? What's cracking with everybody? What's up, Miss Sarah?
I'm here.
Yeah. How are you?
Got the kids out the way for the night.
Nah,
hanging out.
They're never out the way.
They're never out the way.
They're never out the way. I think one of them stole my coffee, as a matter of fact. What's up, brother Mike? We got a guest in the house tonight on the Coffee at Night show. Everybody, welcome. We appreciate everybody tuning in. The $1,000 question is, who the hell got my coffee? Hey, there we go. I got my coffee. Mike, Mike, you drinking coffee? What you got? You got some coffee. That's Kappa. What is that? Starbucks?
Yeah. Frappuccino.
Right. You got your coffee. We got to toast our coffee. Coffee at night. We got to toast our coffee to start the show. Hey, all right. Well, everybody, welcome to Coffee at Night. I am Tony Grands, and that is my partner. I'll let her introduce herself.
Sarah.
Yes, that is Sarah. We got to come up with a cool name for you. Shotgun Sarah. I like that. That just popped in there right now. Yeah, Shotgun Sarah. We're gonna come up with a cool name. But life is treating you all right, Miss Sarah? You okay over there?
Yeah, I'm really tired this week, but I'm okay.
Have you been eating properly and taking vitamins and stuff? No,
kinda.
Yeah. I tell you what, I might not eat like all the time because I don't like to eat. I'm not an eater, but every day I drink my protein shake with some banana, and I take my vitamins, and I drink my bottle of green juice, my vegetables and my fruits every day. So if I don't eat nothing the whole day, I know I'm still getting the vitamins and nutrition.
Yeah, like I do all my supplements and stuff, but eating is one of those, like it might be 7:00 at night and I'm like, oh shit, kind of hungry. Better eat something.
Yeah, I will actively say, dang, I'm hungry. Oh man, I don't feel like it. And keep on doing what the hell I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't get dizzy or start kind of like, all right, I'm gonna make a sandwich.
Well, we're just running all the time though. Like, we've got the kids, both the kids are in wrestling and basketball starts next week. So it's just, we're not home.
Yeah, well, that's that family life. Well, take care of yourself and make sure you're getting some rest and some food, eating properly.
I'm trying to. I got my days and nights switched around. So now I'm like totally screwed up.
I don't even know what today is. I haven't known what today is for like 3 cycles. So I'm just rolling with the punches at this point. But brother Mike, how you doing over there, brother? Where are you? Who are you? Talk to the people. Introduce yourself.
My name is Mike Michigan. Right now I'm in California, but I've been kind of like all around. I'm happy to be on the show. Sarah, nice to meet you.
We appreciate you. Speak up a little bit or get a little bit closer to your mic so we can hear you. Look, that's my wife back there, everybody.
Okay, hey. Is that better? I'm trying to keep it going. Is that better right there?
Yeah. That's better.
Right,
what? I should probably turn my shit up too. Okay, my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you, brother. So you say you from where now?
I'm originally from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Shouts out to everybody from the zoo. Been everywhere, you know what I mean? Lived in New York. I'm out here in California enjoying it. You know what I mean? I just can't wait to chop it up with everybody. I appreciate it. I do a little podcast show, you know what I mean? Got that going on. And
where can people find the podcast?
The podcast is on Facebook right now. You know what I mean? I have it on Facebook as well as YouTube for right now. And you know what I mean? Just gonna do that. Been doing music for a long time with some and recently doing a lot of films. So I'm just happy to be here. You know what I mean?
You got into films as like a transition from doing music?
No, actually, I've been in the films, man. To be honest with you, like since a child, like back, man. Like I used to have a camcorder. I still got all those original tapes. I was like 30 years old. I was the one that was camcorder in your face, and everybody was doing like that. Back in the day. You know what I mean? So I was like, I guess thought of future back in the day with the content, doing video, and then eventually I just went to college and did that. So I eventually, went to college and learned and studied film at the University of Oregon.
You remember that little toy camera that had the pixels?
I had one of those.
I had 2 of them. I broke the first one and went and bought it and asked my parents to buy me another one.
Hey man, that was ahead of his time. Them things were that tape.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah, a lot of kids didn't have those. The kids that had those, you knew they was on a whole different. I come outside with my thing, like trying to make movies. They're like, movies, catch this football. And I'm like, nah, you guys throw it so I could take a picture of it.
Right, man. That little XL, that was a little camcorder. Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, that's what's up, man. Well, congratulations to you on all your success and all that. And thanks for coming on the show.
Well, thank you very much, man.
Absolutely. All right. So this is what I want to talk about. We're going to talk about all kind of stuff because that's just kind of where the show goes for like 40 minutes. But so there's a young man. This is the story. It's a young man. About a year and a half ago, he made like a video, kind of a parody of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And it was about maybe 3.5 minutes long. So it was different scenes. It showed all the different characters that we all know from the TV show that we grew up with. Obviously, they were all different people. But it was not a comedy. It wasn't a comedy. It was nothing funny about it. The music was dramatic. The conversations were dramatic. So it was just like the same colorful characters, but talking about real shit. I can't remember what they were talking about. The video itself went pretty viral, and people were talking about it should become a movie and all that. The buzz died down for about a year or so. But as of recently, the promotion for the actual show. So Will Smith, some kind of way he got wind of it. He's one of the executive producers of this remake of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air called Bel-Air, where it's no comedy, no jokes, no games. It's the drama. And I think that's really dope. I tweeted about it today. I asked people, were they interested in the concept. I was under the impression that a lot of people knew that this show was coming out, but a lot of people did not. Some people were like, is this a joke? And I'm like, nah, it's real. People thought it was a joke when it was a joke, but now it's real. So I put out the promo. People looked at it. People discussing it on Twitter or whatever. And have you guys seen it? Both of you guys, ladies first.
Yeah.
Both of you guys saw it?
Yes.
What do you think about it, Miss Sarah? Do you think it's a good concept?
I mean, I would want to see, like that. The trailer is interesting, but I would want to see like more of what's happening there, or like what they're going to do with it there, I guess. I mean, it could work. I noticed that I kind of went through and looked at some of the people that were quote tweeting your post, and a lot of people were overwhelmingly like, no.
Yeah.
Like, don't leave it alone, do something else. Like, are we out of ideas and stuff like that? But I mean, it just kind of would, I guess it's going to depend on how they do it. Like
Right.
what it's going to come out to
you.
me.
I'll say, I want you to go look at the original like trailer that started it all, because it's 3.5 minutes and it's dialogue, and you can really kind of see a lot of the comments. I noticed, like how you were saying that everybody's overwhelmingly no, but they don't know anything about it, so they think it's a reboot or they think it's a remake, and it's like completely different. It's just the same type of thing. So I want you to I'll send you the link if I find it when we get off the air, but I want you to check it out, because that solidified like what I would like about it. So when I saw that it was a real TV show finally, I got kind of excited. Mike, what do you think about the trailer, man?
Well, like I said, I agree with Sarah. I thought the trailer was very interesting, with the concept that they chose. And like she said, I agree, it depends on which way they go. I was looking at the young man when he part from Will Smith, excited he was, when he actually got that part. And the interesting thing about it is he's really a Will Smith fan. So they pick somebody that's perfect for that type of spot. Now, the thing that I'm thinking is, he's, Philly is gritty. It's a gritty place. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're going to have like updated situations.
Yes.
Like go through, that's where the water comes from, because it's like, that's maybe what I can see. I don't know anybody's angle, but I mean, if that's what they're going to do, but as long as they, they're going to, because Fresh Prince, when he came out, that was us, that was my age level. We were so happy to see hip hop get on TV, him and LL, you know what I mean? We were just like, yo, they on. And then Will took it to the next level. And I think there was another hip hop artist that could have had that, but turned it down or something like that. I don't know which one that was, but it worked out for him. And look, years later, he's got a reprise going down.
Oh, absolutely. That TV show made him. Here's my my take on the trailer. What you were talking about, the water. So when I watched that thing probably about 100 times today. I probably watched it every time I got a notification. Every time I got a retweet or a quote or a like or something, and I looked to see what it was, I would watch the video again. But I think the water represents Bel Air, because it's kind of like he gets to Bel Air and now he sits on his throne and he's chasing his crown, through this water. Now, when he gets into the water, stuff falling around him. Some dice. One thing is dice. One thing is this four-wheelers, ATVs, and that's hella, Philly culture right there. So that to me let me know that there's going to be a certain street element, from Philly that's probably going to follow him throughout the show. Then the reason I think it's such a good idea is because, some kind of saying about comedies and tragedies are usually the same thing. We were, a lot of the shows that we grew up watching, and Sarah, I include you in this age group too. We grew up watching shows where we were laughing at stuff. Now as adults with families and things of that nature, we look back and some of the stuff we were laughing at is like, oh, that's not really funny.
Yeah.
We're laughing at that because everybody else was laughing, but that's not a funny situation. I love to use Good Times as an example of this. And it's an old show, but Good Times is a perfect example of people laughing at shit that's not funny at all. Like, why are you laughing at that? So I think that element of it, and they purposely turn it into a drama. Like if we watch The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the original episodes with no laughter, I wonder how much that would affect the show.
I agree. I mean, the Fresh Prince was real bubbly, and they had Uncle Phil was the strong character, you know what I mean? And they had Alfonso Ribeiro kind of being the nonchalant, essence type of person. It's going to be interesting to see what they fill those roles with the Hillarys and all of those people, especially now, because remakes and things like that are somewhat popular these days. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting. I hope that they do well. I'm rooting for them on that level.
Yeah, I hope they don't try to recast anybody. What are you saying, Sarah? I'm sorry.
What was I saying? I mean, Fresh Prince did have some moments where it would get pretty real. And I'm kind of interested to see what they'll do there. And that's the other thing I want to know, are they doing is this the exact same setup, or are they kind of picking up this is another similar situation?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of like an updated similar situation. So it's an updated version of a kid who had to leave Philly. Will was getting into it with guys. So I imagine this kid, he might have got into a legal problem and he really had to leave, or something to really solidify why you'd have to go from Philadelphia all the way to California. Like, damn, nigga, what you do? You know what I'm saying? So I really think the premise to me, it's like it'd be really good. I think a lot of shows and a lot of movies, when they go turn into remakes and reboots, they always follow that same temperature. But to go in a different direction with the same thing, I'm excited to see what it's going to be like. Could you think of a show that you would like to see flipped around like that, and you'd be interested in watching it?
Man,
that's for both of you guys.
Wow.
Here's a good show that would be a drama if it wasn't for laughter. Gilligan's Island. We laughed at that show. These people were stranded on an island, man, with no chance of getting back to their families, and we laughed and laughed at them. Every time they tried to get off in the fail, we cracked up, but they were dying and starving.
That's good. But look, let me ask you a question. What happens though if this remake of The Fresh Prince is not exactly what you think, and it goes back to being something that's not? How would you take it then?
That's not what you broke up at the very end.
Oh, I'm sorry. That let's say it's not realistic. Let's say Will Smith was not saying it was goofy or whatever, but it was more carefree at that time when they had but it was mixed in with a lot of serious points. Saying, but what will we do now if they make it not strong? You know what I mean? It's gonna be interesting.
Well, I saw the trailer, so I'll tell you just like I told Sarah. Go check out that if you haven't seen it. It's about 3.5 minutes. What do you call those things when they put a bunch of different clips together? It starts a compilation. It's like a compilation of different scenes, and it really does
montage type thing.
Yeah, montage. That's the word. Dang, I'm smart dumb, but it's a montage of different scenes, and it really does set the tone that says, hey man, we're not joking around. It's not one joke in the whole thing. All the conversations are serious. The background music is serious. The lighting is even serious. So I think another problem that people have with it is they hear a reboot and they don't want to give. This goes for any movie, I believe, or any song. Most of the time, whatever, they don't want to give it the opportunity to have its own originality. Like a reboot can be a reboot, not because I want to recycle the characters, but hey, maybe I grew up with this and I'm in love with the concept and I want to see if I can push it further. So many different movies and TV shows to me get caught in these little bubbles where there's like so much space for you to do so much. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like me and my wife and I were watching Pulp Fiction, and I hadn't seen it in years, and I was lit. I was blowed watching Pulp Fiction. So I was kind of watching it from a different angle than I had watched it before. I'm really listening to the dialogue. I'm looking in the background and seeing little stuff. It was really cool. But I noticed Sam Jackson's character. I really feel like Quentin Tarantino effed himself in the A without letting that character go free. At the end of Pulp Fiction, when he makes his speech and when he explains who he's about to be when he leaves, and then they get up and they walk away in chronological order, that's the end of his thing. Like, he really does leave the organization. Could you imagine how far of a story you could tell with fucking what's Sam Jackson's character in that movie?
I know he was so dynamic. When you watch the movie, you know, he should have had more parts. He could have had his own story of being like walking the earth like that old kung fu TV show, just solving problems with guns and beating up the bad guys and all that type of stuff. You know, I think so many movies can be expanded. Then there's a lot of different movies, you know, like well, I think some people tried, but I mean, like Half Baked would be a great one. Hood would be interesting. Thank you.
You think Half Baked would be a good remake, Sarah?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you guys see the remake of, was it How High on MTV?
No.
Some little boys got a hold of that movie and destroyed it.
What was I don't think it was a Little Yachty. I mean. Yeah.
The littles and the youngs.
It probably some. I wish Red and Meth would have been involved in it. Yes.
And well, see, now that's what brings me solace as far as the Bel Air reboot, because Will Smith is the executive producer. So it's not like these guys hijacked it and ran to the internet and said, hey, we're going to get fan funding. Will Smith was like, yo, okay, let me see what you got there, young fella. And good enough to put a stamp on it. And so the kids that's to me, I wouldn't let nobody mess up. You can't even babysit my kids if I think you're not that smart. So much less give you something that built my career for you to tarnish it.
Right. Yeah. That's a great point. I mean, like you say, like Will is he's a great person. You know what I'm saying? And I think the movie, I get a chance to see his movie with about the Venus. I can't wait to see.
I haven't seen it yet, but
you know, I'm thinking everything he touches is golden. What you think?
I'm a Will Smith fan.
There's very little that you watch with Will Smith that you're not like, it's pretty good. Like,
I don't think he has a lot of bad movies.
Even his controversial one, when I was young, I was like, what was that about?
Was that Bagger Vance? The Legend of Bagger Vance? Well, nah. That was one where he showed his weenie in this movie. He was like pretending to be the gay dude to get in with the family. The first movie he was in.
He was in the that was kind of like, you know, that was but it is Hollywood, but besides maybe that movie, he's always been solid.
you know what I thought? You know what I thought when I saw that movie? I didn't mean to cut you off, Sarah. Hold that thought, please. When I saw that movie, I remember thinking to myself, wow, Will Smith just made it. He just made it. He went from rapping and singing and dancing to having his own TV show. Now he's in this movie that has nothing to do with hip hop culture whatsoever. And he has a nude scene where he has to play a homosexual, and he was good in the movie. I said, oh, wow, Will Smith just made it. And sure enough. But go ahead, Sarah. I'm sorry.
I think the one sketchy spot in his resume would be like Wild Wild West.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bad movie.
Yeah,
that was not a good movie.
Right on cinematographic thing, but on the other tip, gosh, he made a lot of money.
Yeah, he did.
He did. He's Will Smith.
Well, and it was was that point in time where it was like if you saw Will Smith's name on it, you just went to see it because it was like it's going to be. You just assumed it was going to be good, even if it was horrible.
Now, let's. A close second to Wild Wild West, though, I'd have to say Men in Black. I have to say
Really?
Men in Black thing was fun for fantasy. Maybe I'm biased because I used to like to go to the ride at Universal with my family all the time. But the movie was. I hear what you're saying. But like you say, at that time, Will was gold. Anything he touched was gold.
Shit, I seen all the Men in Black movies at least 50 times. I watch it
See,
like, this ain't a good movie. This ain't a good movie. Turn it up, baby.
So like the first one, I thought they did the first one. It was like the comedy was pretty on point with it. There were some great lines in that movie. Like there were some fantastic lines in that movie.
Okay,
but, and then like the second one, it was kind of like.
That's the one I'm thinking of. The second one. The second one leaves such a taste in my mouth. I can't forget it.
Yeah, the second and third ones. After you get past that first one, it's kind of like maybe you guys should have just left this alone.
Was he in the third one?
Yeah, there were 3 of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Tommy Lee and Will Smith, their chemistry was ridiculous in the first one and the
second.
Yeah. And then it's kind of like Wild Wild West, Men in Black 3, even Back to the Future 3. When you start to get to number 3.
That becomes the end of it. Did you guys see him in Suicide Squad?
I have not seen, believe it or not.
He made the movie Suicide Squad for me. Yeah.
I thought because that's the one where Jared Leto was the Joker, and I thought he was just not. I didn't like the character that he played, and so I didn't like Jared Leto's Joker that much.
Wow, I wanted a Jared Leto and Will Smith versus each other movie after I saw that. I thought they were dope. I like his Joker.
Like he just, I don't know. There was just something about who Jared Leto. Yeah. It was Heath Ledger that died.
Okay.
And you just
sometimes I say the wrong shit.
After the role that Heath Ledger played, it's just hard for anybody to come up and top that. Joaquin Phoenix was great too. But
Joaquin Phoenix he's a phenomenal actor because I think he's crazy as shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, so is Jared Leto, but I think that's why I just feel like he kind of went for more of the cartoon version of the Joker.
You think so? He was scary to me.
Like he just seemed like he was so much more out there. Like he was so much more of an animated character than
you know what it was when he slit the dude's mouth. Is that the same movie we're talking about? When he's telling the story about his dad or why he had the stuff and he slit the dude's mouth open. I said, "Oh, this is a cold-blooded cat." No. That dude scared me. I don't know. Have you seen what's the new dude playing Batman? He was the guy from the And I host a trivia game show. That's a damn shame. Pattinson, the guy from
Robert Pattinson, the guy from Twilight.
Oh, he's the new Batman, right?
Is he?
Yeah, it's supposed to be. I thought they've been shooting a Batman movie for like 2 years. Yeah, that guy's the new Batman. I was gonna ask you how did he look because he couldn't save me from anything. He looks like he's gonna take a nap all the time.
I just always see him as the like the vampire guy, and he sparkled and things like that, and I can't get behind that as Batman.
Not at all. He doesn't do it for me. He's too, I don't know. But there's a trailer out, and the movie is dropping on March the 4th, 2022. The Batman.
I like Batman.
I haven't seen the
I like
trailer.
Batman too. Yeah, I haven't seen the trailer. They're not giving it a lot of gas because it's almost December.
Well, it's amazing how those stories keep the way to finance made some kind of different way. The Spider-Mans, the Mans, the Incredible Hulks, the Wonder Womans. Those movies and Vamp and Dracula. It always seems like there's always something. You know what I mean? That can continue. They always can make a remake.
Yeah, that's I believe that's how it should be. Have you seen? I think it's called Superman and Lois. A lot of people haven't seen it. So there's a TV show where Superman and Lois got married and they got 2 sons. Spoiler alert: one of the sons has powers and the other one doesn't. But the one that has powers is weak, and the one that doesn't is strong. So it's a lot of dynamics and a lot of symbolism in there. But when I was like, oh my God, Superman got Lois Lane pregnant and he has kids. Wow, I gotta watch this fucking show. And it's when you have a core story like that, like a Superman, Superman is one of my favorite characters too, because of the iterations that he goes through. And Superman has killed people. When Superman killed that dude in whatever the Superman movie was, and he cried and everything, I was like, wow, that's a dope dynamic. Superman should be out here killing people. Like, it's time, you know what I'm saying? Advance the mythology of Superman. But I'll take him with a wife and kids. That works for me. You guys should check that out because it's dope.
Definitely a different angle.
Especially because only one of the kids has power, so Superman has to have a lot of human moments to help his sons deal with the things that they're going through. Technically, the show's not even really about Superman, if you ask me. He's just there to provide the action to keep us entertained. The show is about the boys and how they're growing up,
and realizing that one has power and one doesn't.
Yeah, and they clash. They clash a lot, but the one without the power's got to take care of his little brother. So it's like, whatever. But he's still like, but fuck you, punk. How come I can't fly?
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. That's why I think That's why I think Bel Air is gonna be dope, because you can kind of put such a spin on it, like the Carlton character. Like there's so much meat in the Fresh Prince of Bel Air story, because we focused on Will, because he danced and he sang, and you know what I'm saying. He was all this other stuff, but shit, man. Ashley probably gonna get pregnant.
Well, the little baby girl was a sassy. He had a sassy character in the original one. You know what I mean? And so I'm kind of interested in the different characters and I like how they cast them. And from just knowing how genuine Will probably wants it to be, that young kid that he found looked really like him, and he found somebody that really loves him. So I'm thinking that it's going to probably work out as long as give it a chance. You know what I'm saying? A lot of great stuff you don't get a chance to hear about. It's not getting acclimated. It's not getting awards. It's shadowed online. If you don't know what that means, that you got to type the whole thing out to get it. You can't just put a little bit. I'm telling on some things, but like I'm saying, man, I just hope that they give it a fair opportunity. I'm saying, give it a good push. Give him some dollars.
Shit, Will Smith he ain't got nothing to do but give him dollars. Now his wife running around embarrassing him, so he probably been spending all kind of money on all kind of shit.
Right.
Buy a Maserati, buy a skyscraper, buy a couple people.
I'm just glad he didn't put one of his kids in it. Like, thank you for that.
Yeah.
They're tough to do it, but I'm that respectful that he gives another person.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed that his son didn't do more acting. Because I thought that movie. Okay, here's another Will Smith movie that people think is bad. After Earth. When they had to come back, I thought that was a really good movie. I thought it was a good movie because to me it was a father-son movie. It wasn't about space or science fiction. That movie made me cry.
I'm about to tell myself, happy in the pursuit of happiness makes me cry every time I see that.
Oh, that's
guy, but that's like that is like when I see Will do that, and then Muhammad Ali and things like that, and when I see him get into those characters like where it was real genuine, that brother he's a strong man, to his point in his real life. He's a strong brother, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to get the way that the world goes and to be that strong and dedicated and still, I give him ultimate credit, man, and respect. He's a cool brother.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You remember Independence Day?
Oh, that movie was great.
Yeah, I put Independence Day in the same bag as Men in Black. Which now I've recalibrated. I've recalibrated my opinion because of what Sarah said. So they were good movies and they were entertaining movies. I guess they just didn't really stand the test of time much, but they were good movies for those times. Like Pursuit of Happiness, I can watch that now the same way I watched it when it came out. It's the same, validity to it, the same volatility to it. But Men in Black now, I don't laugh as much as I did.
I want to watch it. I know what's going to happen to me when I watch it. When I see that man sell that Xerox machine, I can tear up right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like
it's a hell of a movie. It's a hell of a movie. But After Earth hit me with the same kind of vibes as that too. And I know people don't see movies the way that I see them, but After Earth was about that father and that son and their relationship and the things and how they had to work through all of these problems that they had right now. Otherwise, they was gonna die. Man, that movie is good.
Like flying around, an angel and things like that? Was that him? Or
you talking about when he came outside and he hit the fairy with a baseball bat?
I'm trying to think. There was a movie where he was it him or Denzel? Was that Eli?
That was Will Smith. He was a policeman, but it was like his partner was an alien or something like that. And like in the trailer, he came outside his house and he hit a fairy with a baseball bat.
Right, what movie was that?
Let me see. Will Smith alien cop movie.
They're gonna give you Men in Black.
Bright. It's called Bright. And a lot of people said it was a bad movie. Yes, a lot of people said
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, because it was just like, I don't know, people kind of shitted on it, and it just was here and it was gone. But I think I watched it on cable or something. But it's a crazy ass movie. I think it's good. You
remember when he played what was that movie? Hitch. He was in that with Kevin James.
Absolutely.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, that movie was good.
It was cheesy, but it was good.
Him back to like being like
he does like this. His whole career does like this. But I think I liked Hitch more because Doug Heffernan was in it.
Yeah.
So the movie was good, but I was like, I had a man crush on Doug Heffernan at that point in time. So I was like, ooh, a Doug Heffernan movie. I want to go see it. Okay, now how about this? Have you guys seen Hancock?
Yes.
I never did watch Hancock.
Yeah, Hancock. Oh man, I used to drink. Well, I used to drink. So, huh?
That's when he's flying around doing all kind of different things.
Well, he's an alcoholic superhero. He's literally a superhero with alcoholism. That movie came out when I after my little alcohol stint. So I had to go to rehab, and I did. We'll talk about it one day, Mike. But I was like for real, like drunk. So that movie came out when I got out the hospital. So I couldn't drink, and all the stuff that I used to do before when I was drunk all the time, couldn't do none of that shit no more. I had to change everything. It was a whole new world for me. I went and saw that fucking movie, and that movie helped me push my sobriety, like, you know what I'm saying? Because spoiler alert, by the end of the movie, of course, he's not an alcoholic anymore, but he goes through these trials and tribulations because of his alcoholism, and he has to find out who he truly is in order to regain his true power. Oh man, that movie fucks me up every time I watch it. Personal reasons, obviously, but in that movie, he did a really good job, and he didn't even have a whole lot of lines because he was drunk most of the movie.
Exactly. And you know what? There's one interesting thing about what we're talking about. Will, even though like he doesn't get the fanfare that he should, he sure has done a lot to our culture and our lives and what we think, and what from the Fresh Prince through his movies and even what's going on in his life. Before we go on, I have got to give his son a shout out, man, for going to Flint and going there and trying to help the water situation. Since this is live, I'm from Michigan. I wouldn't be nothing because that young man, that he went over there and really tried to help some a lot better than some of the people in the government from Michigan trying to do. So I have to shout him out. Not the city, but he going there working with the city, and you know what I mean. So I have to give, and I'm still rooting for the city of Flint.
That's what's up. God bless him. Prayers up to your hometown, brother. Prayers up to them. Yeah, I didn't know he did that. I knew he was involved with some water stuff, but I didn't know that he was really out there trying to do it. I know he's an activist. I know he has a whole different, you know what I mean? I remember when I was young and we used to listen to our favorite rappers and watch them. And I used to always think, wow, when our rappers start having kids, man, it's going to be over. It's going to be so tight. The rap game is over. And these kids be like, I don't want to be a rapper. I want to be a farmer, motherfucker. Get out the way.
Goat herder.
Yeah, I don't want to have nothing to do with those bars. They go a completely different way. Biggie's son, Christopher Jr., Little Big, is a techno house producer.
Yeah.
He produced a techno house album, a techno house remix of his father's first album, all techno house beats. Boom, 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 you juice it. Boom, 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 boom. But that's what he does. He don't want to rap.
Definitely. He's I mean, it's in his blood. It's amazing. Our children, they don't go far from what we, but they may be extended a little bit part of us that we didn't even know that maybe we had.
Absolutely. I got 4 of them, so I see them. I see bits and pieces of me in all of them, but I got one who she just seems to do the things that I do. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna ride till the wheels fall off. My cat's calling me.
Got that. Like blink, there you are.
Yeah, right. Sarah, I want you to watch Hancock though. I think you'll like it. It's a lot of strength and a lot of power in that movie.
I gotta find time.
Well, time will come. Time will come when you get the chance.
You had said something too, and we going all around 8. You know what I mean? But Bagger Vance was a good movie too.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain movies that he's done that and that I just want to make sure that he slid a couple of really good things inside of those. You know what I mean? Like I'm interested. Now, do we know when it's going to be premiering, or is just in the works?
January 2022. I believe
Okay.
January.
Is it January?
I believe it might not be January. It might be March the 4th.
Okay.
No, that was Batman.
Oh, yeah, I knew it was something. Damn, that's terrible. Thank you, Sarah. Sarah loves me. 2022. And see, brothers, I got to keep myself surrounded by women online. So they look out for me because I'll be forgetting shit and I'll be wilding out.
Amen. That's real right there.
Ching. And and it's crazy. This whole time that we talked about Will Smith, talking about his different movies, talking about his role on TV, and we didn't even mention his music. And that just speaks to his legend. And you talk about how influential he is to our culture. And then we just talked about the movies and TV shows. We didn't even talk about the music. Because that brother had me outside in the dancing at night in the summertime. Summertime is one of the biggest rap songs. That might be like number one to me.
I mean,
Summertime is like top 5 of all time.
Yeah, summertime is if you lived in L sitting on riding around in your Jeep or your Renz, you know what I'm saying?
That's a classic song. But
you know what I'm saying?
Sarah.
I could not believe this morning. I took the kids to school this morning, and the only radio station that comes in had like Kid Craddock on this morning, and they were doing like this trivia thing where they would play like you got to hear a little snippet of a song, you had to name the song. Well, the final round of it was they played 30 seconds. You had 30 seconds to answer as many or to get as many songs as you possibly could, and you could only pass twice. And I mean, I was nailing them. I'm just going right along with every single one of them. And Getting Jiggy With It comes on, and I'm like, yes, come on. And the guy's like, pass. I don't know what that is. And I was just like, we are now at the point where people don't know Will Smith's music.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even think about it anymore.
This summer, I did not hear Summertime one time.
Wow.
Not one time.
The fact that DJ Jazzy Jeff is one of the best DJs on the planet and never has not been. You know what I'm saying? So he's on the show too. So who's going to be DJ Jazzy Jeff? Like,
it don't matter. That's the beauty of it. Jazzy Jeff is old. He out the way. We about to have some young ass kids and some brand new stories and a whole new TV show that he was just blessed enough to get an outfit for and a hat to wear that everybody recognizes. So I'm not gonna put no extra pressure on him because it's a brand new show to me. Don't come over here, fool.
We live in Miami, so we always heard that man. Will's music, and you know what? People used to make a deal out of that because he didn't curse in his music.
Yeah,
and that. At that time when he was golden and untouchable, you know what I'm saying? And he wasn't cursing. And now I was going to the number one. You know what I mean? So I mean, Will definitely has been iconic in all type of things for the cultures from the 90s on up.
Yeah. I love him. Yeah, flowers to you, Will Smith. You're rich and you're an elite person, so you'll never see this or hear this, but we love you. Here's your flowers, brother.
Right on, dude. Right on.
All right. He got a tambourine in arm's distance. That's what the hell I'm talking about. All right.
That's nice.
Before we get out of here, brother, give you one more opportunity to plug what you got going on, tell people where they can find you, all that good stuff.
Well, I would like to just thank you both for letting me be a part. I hope I didn't talk too much, man. I had a great time. Let's see here. I'm going to do this like this.
I'm the one who talks too much on here. Don't worry about that.
Mike Michigan podcast. Also, hip hop. So if you want to find me on Spotify, it's MICH, Mike Michigan. You can find on all platforms and things. And like I said, I'm just a humble dude. Work hard, man. Just stay the busy bee.
No doubt. Tell them about your barbershop TV show. I mean, your pizza delivery TV show, man.
Right on. Pizza delivery, the web series movie. You can find it on Facebook. It's got its own page, so it's Pizza Delivery, the movie, the web series. It's a weekly series. Just kind of breaking. It's funny. It's hilarious. It got some great actors and actresses who auditioned and came out in Kalamazoo, and they really, and my team and Keysburgs and Dougie Funds and Rock Melanoff and things, we got together with all of our actors. So my best thing is just deliver the product, and to do our best.
Absolutely. What's up, Big Mike? Thank you for tapping in. All right, so
Guess
before
who?
we get off
Guess
here
who
real quick.
completely forgot? We've got a whole stream of comments because
Really?
I forgot.
Oh, look, you guys, I didn't go to YouTube because I forgot that we're like on YouTube now, and I've been telling everybody to go to YouTube, so that's totally my fault.
Yeah, it's 100% my fault because
you ain't gonna take all my
I'm
blame.
used to. We've been pre-recording here lately. We've been pre-recording stuff, and I do all the radio interviews as pre-records. Which, Mike, when we get done, don't leave the room right away because I want to talk to you real quick about your music.
Yeah, don't go anywhere, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah, don't go nowhere. What else do we got here?
Let me say this real quick before we get off the air. We still got 5 minutes. So anybody who follows me, Fresh Prince always dealt with tough topics on the show. So I think this is gonna be a really good time. They'll get to say nigga on the show. You know what I'm saying? Like people for whatever, right? What up, Shotty? Dang, that's messed up. Everybody tapping in over there. Everybody
was here, and that's my fault. I'm sorry, guys.
But you know what? I'm so glad that they're there. Because I thought they didn't love us anymore. I'm so glad that they're there. We love you guys. I wanted the Hancock sequel, but nah, it'll be too much. But Hancock is a great movie to me. Jesus, it gives me goosebumps. Okay, anyway, real quick. So anybody who follows me, I'm about to no thanks, real deal. Too much information there, buddy. I try to tell people online, artists and people who do stuff. After Earth was. Yeah, see, that's why I didn't look at it as a sci-fi movie. You got to watch it. Seriously, watch it as a family movie. Watch it as a father and son flick. It'll change those aliens and how whack they were. But I met Mike through a friend of mine named Dorian. I met Dorian through a friend of mine named Kiki. I didn't meet these people online. I met these people through energies. I met these people in real life, telephone calls. When I met Mike through a telephone call. I stress to you guys all the time to get off the internet, go out here and do what it is that you're talking about doing. Then you come back and you have something to talk about. But the time and the energy you save away from the negative energy on social media and all that bullshit, you can apply that to something real and things come to fruition. Just want to tell y'all, get off the internet, go out there and do some walking around and come back with some muscles. You feel me? That's all I got to say about that. Get out of here because I know Sarah got to get ready for her next show.
Yeah, here, we'll go through the rest of the comments real quick. I'm going to skip a few of them because there's some stuff on here that we don't need.
Tony's T-shirt company.
What's up, bro? I'm on the air. I'm gonna call you back in about 5 minutes. Best third movie, Die Hard 3. Yes, indeed. We're talking about the third movies. Racing stuff saying Leto was annoying. I was in character. It's breakfast. Leto said that he had to go to therapy after that role.
Yeah.
He said he didn't know how to let it go. That makes sense. Will Smith seems like Kiki.
Kiki was here.
What up, Kiki? I'm so glad that everybody tapped in. I feel special. I thought they didn't love us anymore.
Michigan folks.
Yeah, Men in Black should have stopped the one movie and just made it 30 minutes longer. The cockroaches were gross. Yeah, the first one had all kind of twists and turns. Bright was really, really good. Bright was a sleeper movie. Damn, I didn't know that. So gotta check that project out. Yeah, check it out. I don't even know what you're talking about, but check it out. Will Smith. All right, look. There you go. There you go, Mike. Kiki tapping in.
All right.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Next week I will remember that we have comments over there.
We're getting back into the swing of things, and we're trying some different format, and we're streaming on some new places. So we've never really fully regained traction from where we were when we were real strong and moving. You know, we've been moving around and readjusting since, but we're doing good. Like
we are streaming to 5 different platforms now. Everybody, you can see us on the Tony's Tees, Twitter, Live from the Bunker, Twitch, the SLE YouTube, the Coffee at Night YouTube, and the Coffee at Night Facebook. So 5 different places you can catch us.
Holla.
And now that we're back up and running, we will be back up and running.
Yes. We'll be back next week. We'll have another guest come hang out. Before we go, Mike, thank you, brother. We appreciate you tapping in.
Thank you.
Stay in touch. You already know that we're going to be doing some stuff together, so it's all good.
Thank you for letting me be on your show.
Absolutely. My
it was-
sister
I-
said something. I'm sorry, Sarah. What you say?
No, I just said don't leave yet.
Okay.
Yeah, hang out for a minute. She want to talk to you. So
Right.
that's it. And then we're going to get out of here. Y'all tap in with us next Tuesday at 8 o'clock in one of the places that Sarah said. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter and all this stuff. All you got to do is look. You'll find us. That's it.
Yes,
We out,
sir.
y'all.
Yep, we are just about